Hello everyone, I'm Akash Srivastav, your law mentor, and today I'm going to discuss complete syllabus of MHCET Law 5-year. So students, you must be wondering why exactly we are discussing the syllabus of MHCET Law. So all the aspirants who are aiming for MHCET Law were also preparing for CLAT examination. So when we talk about the syllabus of CLAT examination and MHCET Law, there are very sharp differences that you need to know. Okay? So when we talk about this particular examination, first of all, we are going to discuss the overview of the examination. Then we are going to discuss the bifurcations of marks. And then in end, we will be discussing the detailed syllabus of MHCET Law. So when we talk about the overview of the examination, tentative month is May, and they have released the dates also. Tentative dates are 7th and 8th of May. When we talk about the total number of questions, it's 150 questions as compared to 120 in CLAT examination. Total marks is again 150 marks. So every question will carry one particular mark. Then total time allocated for this examination is 2 hours, similar to CLAT examination. And then one very important thing that every aspirant should know is that there is no negative marking in MHCET examination. So when we talk about CLAT examination, when we talk about ELATE examination, there are negative marking. But when we talk about MHCET examination, there is no negative marking. When we talk about the bifurcation of marks, so English and current affairs, GK and current affairs will carry 30 marks out of 150. When we talk about mathematics, it would carry 10 marks. When we talk about logical reasoning, it would carry 40 marks, and the same will be for legal aptitude. So when we talk about most important subject from the perspective of marks, will be logical reasoning and legal reasoning. And then there will be English and current affairs that would carry 30 marks. And then in end will be mathematical ability or numerical ability that would carry 10 marks. And students, the most important part of this particular video will be the complete syllabus. So you must be wondering that we have already studied for law entrance examination. We know what to study and what to not. But when we talk about which all things you cannot afford to skip, we are going to discuss that. So when we talk about English, first of all, reading comprehension in one particular topic that you have also covered for CLAT examination. So you will have to cover the same thing for MHCET examination also. Then there are few things that are additional. So vocab you must have prepared for CLAT examination, but grammar is one particular thing that can be asked in MHCET examination. Parajumbles, correct the sentences, filling the blanks, idioms and phrases, cause and effect, conclusion and argument. So these are the other areas that you need to cover for your MHCET examination. So when we compare MHCET examination with CLAT examination, few additional things will be grammar, parajumbles, correct the sentences, filling the blanks, and idiom and phrases. So you have seen cause and effect and conclusion and arguments in the CLAT examination also, not directly, but in RCs. But these are the few of the areas that you need to cover additional. So additional whatever you have prepared till now for CLAT examination, you will have to cover these all things. When we talk about English, next will be current affairs. So when we talk about CLAT examination, if you are preparing for current affairs, so you know that first of all you will have to cover past 12 to 16 months of current affairs and all the static information related to only those current affairs. But when we talk about MHCET examination, you will have to cover the core static. You will have to cover history, you will have to cover geography, you will have to cover basic economics, then environmental science and technology, days and dates, books and authors. So these all things can be asked in the CLAT examination also. But when we talk about MHCET examination, directly without any relation to the current affairs, that can be asked in the examination. When we talk about mathematics, we have seen in CLAT examination that there are only 4 or 5 topics that are very important. But when we talk about MHCET examination, you will have to cover each and everything. So you will have to cover percentages also, you will have to cover ratio, proportion, geometry, time, speed and distance, time and work, linear equation and algebra, permutation, combination and probability. So all the basic mathematics that you have studied in 8th, 9th, 10th standard, that will be important for your MHCET examination. So you can see that all the important areas will be covered in the MHCET examination. When we talk about logical reasoning, what we have seen in CLAT examination, that they are focusing majorly on critical reasoning and verbal reasoning. But when we talk about your MHCET examination, other aspects also needs to be covered. So that is puzzles, critical reasoning, sequence and series, coding, decoding, blood relation, direction sense, syllogism, strengthen and weaken the argument that you have studied for your CLAT examination also, analogy and odd one out, and clocks and calendars. So when we talk about logical reasoning, it would cover analytical reasoning also. So all the aspects, that is puzzle, syllogism and blood relation, everything will be a part of analytical reasoning that you will have to cover for your MHCET examination. And then in last, when we talk about legal aptitude, so when we talk about CLAT examination, you have studied in a form where you have to read 450 words per passage and then you will have to solve the question. And then the principle will not be given separately. You will have to identify the principle, you will have to extract the principle, then you need to apply those principles while solving the question. But when we talk about MHCET examination, the principle and fact-based question will be asked, but both the things will be given separately. Then assertion reason question can also be asked, and then legal maxim and LGK. LGK is legal general knowledge, that is from the past also, and it can be related to current affairs also. So students, in this session we discuss first of all the overview of the examination, then we discuss bifurcation of marks, and then we discuss the complete syllabus of MHCET examination 5 years. So these are the things that you need to cover for your MHCET examination. Few of the things you have already prepared from CLAT point of view, but there are other things that you will have to cover additionally. So thank you student, this is all from my end.